Peace and blessings. Keep up the lessons. You know what it is. Crypto B-Boy coming at you. Wow, it's a lot coming at us. There's a lot of things going on. Well, first to get in, we're going to deal with this Hinman stuff and some other things to come. So, and some updates. So just bear with me, stay with me, and here we go. Are you ready? Let's get it. Alrighty then. So here, I'm gonna give you just one thing at a time, but just let you know. Don't forget to subscribe to your bro. Keep up with me, stay with me. I try to do my best to bring as much as value as I can, and value is the word, right? So we're gonna give, and value is something that you value, that you want, that you care about, and the information that I try to give is something that's gonna benefit you. It's not all about just to talk and hear and follow everybody else what they're saying, but what is this knowledge going to benefit you? That's what's true value. Okay. Anyway, let's get into it. This is the Hinman emails, one of their documents that has been released. Does it matter? Okay. So, we've anticipated this. We were everybody's like, oh, when it's going to come? Oh, it's going to come. What's going to be the, the contents of these documents? So I'm going to read a little bit and just go from where I read. I try to read into things. I got to put my glasses on. Try to read into things and get into it where we can, people can, know what's going on, man, because you can't just read something and then you don't understand it, you don't comprehend it, and then you have different people for different perspectives come about, as we've been seeing and hearing, and those who are posting it, whether other YouTubers, content creators, or people on Twitter or whatever, in spaces and so forth. Even I sat in a discussion. I tried to go into Joe Schmo today. Unfortunately, I have some rugging issues. I don't know whether it's my phone or because I go into other spaces and it doesn't have a problem there. But when I go into Joe Schmo's morning, it seems to be a issue. So I don't know if Twitter does not want me to go into his show. I think that happened to my man T one time, and it's just crazy. But anyway, I had to go move around. I had to keep it moving. I was trying to organize my videos and do what I have to do. And I went into this clubhouse space that this guy runs. I can't remember his name, but shout outs to him. I'll get his name the next time. I don't want to say it wrong. So anyway, but it was discussing is Thinking Crypto. I think that's the room's name or title. And they were discussing about the SEC being affected by, the main topic was the SEC affecting Congress. Would it cause a problem with Congress, or really bring them down, and they'll lose their position as being the dominant Congress on, or as far as political group in Congress, and then it would take away that dominance and then bring in, usher in Republican again. It goes back and forth. That's how it's always been. But the SEC in this case and all this stuff, and the Ripple case, and then these Hinman emails was discussed. So pretty much, let me read a little bit what this one document says. And even my man, shout outs to him, my man King had made a statement in a video before, prior to this coming out. And he said, they may not actually put this all out there, paraphrasing for what he said. They may hold back some of this information that originally was probably more, but withhold that information from the public and only give what they choose to give. We know how the powers that be do. And, corruption is deep. You understand what I'm saying? So, okay, anyway, it says we have a three key. It's a little blurry, so forgive me. Not to my glasses. It's blurry from the image, the PDF. Okay, yeah, and we have three. I think this, and they blotted out the names, as you notice, and it's a document. But comments for your digital asset speech. It's a great speech, but we think that a few points could be could help make it stronger primarily. So this is a document, email document sent to, it says a digital speech, a forward, I guess. And also this is a shout out to the person on Twitter that had posted this. I can't remember their name, but KNG, my man KNG, one KNG, he put it in his description space, and I also myself and decided to post it. So I'm posting it in my video as well. But here we go. It says, we think that up front it would help if you added a disclaimer that the remarks focus on the 1933 Act. Okay, so what is that? And as written, the language remains vague. Key into that language. And this is the thing that these people do, especially in litigation and legalities or anything in law and judicial systems. The lawyers, everybody has a coding, a type of language. It has to be done in certain type of way so that certain people don't really understand it, but they do. You know what I mean? And you know, I've always in my life had a problem with that. I've always thought that, yo, why do they have to make things so difficult? Why can't things be just simple? Why do they have to have coding? Why do they have to have all these different things put into code to create more blinders on people? To me, that's just me, my point of view. So anyway, the language could be stronger, right? What was it saying? Oh, I'm sorry, I skipped. The language remains vague as to whether ETH is a security. So now they was talking about ETH, but they didn't get into XRP or anything like that. There was no incriminating, contents here to show that Hinman pretty much said that XRP is not a security. Now they're talking about ETH here. So if you want to make an affirmative statement that it is not a security, if you want to make an affirmative, so they're giving him to try to say, listen, don't say this, and we don't want to say this. We want playing games. You understand, with words, and as they say, language. The language could be stronger. If you don't want to take an affirmative stance, take an affirmative stance. Come on, either way, or just be real. You know what I'm saying? Say what it is, or say not what it is. You know, don't try to play these games because you want to try to make maneuvers behind the closed doors, so people that are in the position of where law abiding transactions have to be made or have to be done, so that you're not, doing things against the law. This is how they play it. This is how they play it out. So they have to go behind in the words and the language as well, right? We suggest using language similar to what you use for Bitcoin. So for me, I'm reading into this. Other people have a different perspective. I'm reading into this. This is coding, and if you don't understand how to read and read into what they're saying and understand and decipher, then you're going to get stuck like a lot of people. It seems to be like nothing happened, nothing came out. Even lawyers, okay, we got to see these lawyers say something, and so far they haven't. So stuff is still fresh, I guess. Fresh wounds are opening, right? So why Bitcoin references the disclosure regime and ETH primary references resale actively. On page 8, when talking about implications under the federal securities laws, when an asset is considered a security, we would appreciate it if you would add. So you add and take and, take out and edit, and that's what editing is for. Yeah. There are a host of issues, including broker-dealer, exchange, and fund registration, as well as matters of market manipulation. Look at that word, manipulation. Take those words and read into those words. You should. Custody and valuation. These are key issues for us that we want to continue to emphasize when possible. Please let me know if you would like, and such and such and such and such. Brett, I guess, is the person who wrote the email. So let's leave off from that and just leave off on saying that all part of the plan. Yes. And games people play. Yeah. Okay. So, but basically, what I'm trying to say is, man, is that, all the balaki ain't nothing. That is just what it is. And even like my man said, or I say Staple, Alan from Staples, from his Staple videos. That guy, he's in the know. He rubs elbows. His wife is a lawyer. What type of stuff did she mention in those videos together when she finally sat with him? And these people know what's going on, and some things they can't divulge. Yeah, that's just what it is. That's how it is. That's how it is with the people and the powers that be, and certain things that they control, and certain things that they say that they're gonna put out, and certain things they're not gonna put out. And that's what we know. Okay, so move on. Just hopefully we'll get more to come, and that's all I'm gonna say. Corruption runs deep. Then we'll keep it there. So anyway, the next thing. Oh, that's not it. Okay, let's get into this. Oh, bricks. Yeah, just as a bricks update, I have a lady. She's a wonderful, intelligent lady. Her name is Ashley. She does business, and she lives in South Africa. One of the BRICS nation countries and members. She does her business there and so forth, and she's a content creator. So she usually brings updates in her content creating, talking about Africa and business in Africa and doing other things as well, in Africa, because she had made her residence there, or she was, she is like an expat, pretty much. So anyway, let's get into it. She speaks about what's upcoming and what recently happened, and it's basically a pretty much a meeting or so forth, but it's an update. So I'm just trying to update you guys and keep you updated with what's going on, because it's all part of everything. Anyway, so let's go. Ready then? Let's get it. Hold on for a sec. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, sometimes this thing, you got to do all this other stuff. Hold on. Okay. Alrighty then. Here we go.
BRICS had a meeting here in sunny South Africa, June 2nd in Cape Town, South Africa. And we're going to talk about what the media was privy to, all of the things that were discussed in this meeting, and why you need to know about it. Welcome to the channel. My name is Ashley.
Okay, so we'll run it up to where I wanted to get to allow you guys to hear really what's going on.
Like this content and share it with someone who would find value in it. And BRICS is the economic conglomerate that is looking to basically create its own currency around trade and economic development around the world, right? So they are really behind this de-dollarization movement of having an economic currency that is for the focus of developing nations to basically trade amongst themselves, do business amongst themselves without having to access the US dollar, which is something that, is happening all over the world, but BRICS is the economic conglomerate that is really heading it. And, this summit, the BRICS summit that is coming up in August, has been discussed of where it's going to be held. There's a lot of politics around it with the ICC and, the war crimes of said war crimes committed, right, by the president of Russia. And so this was a preliminary gathering that happened last week in Cape Town, and essentially all the ministers of the BRICS nations, which are Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, gathered and, just discussed different initiatives. One of the main initiatives was other countries want to join, and these countries are known as the friends of BRICS. Were there talking about how soon can we get involved. The countries that were there were include Argentina, Bangladesh, Burundi, Comoros, DRC, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Egypt, Gabon, Indonesia, Iran, Kazakhstan, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates. Oh, also in Uruguay. So these are the friends of BRICS. So in my understanding of reporting on this prior, these countries have already been submitting documentation. The qualification of a BRICS country includes its ability to trade, includes having some type of resource available for trade to contribute to the economic development bank of the BRICS economic conglomerate.
Okay, so that's pretty good right there, and appreciate it. Shout outs to Ashley for putting that out. And so what I wanted to get into last to close out, and I apologize if I'm taking too long because I know a lot of people show me in my analytics that viewership is very very limited with people these days. So I got to keep this video short. So anyway, with what I'm gonna say, let me see here. Okay, yeah, with the CBDC situation, this is update with that. And then this is Lena Pertrova. She comes out and she puts out updates, and she does cover CBDC. She covers cryptocurrency every now and then. She covers the markets in America. Markets are global scale, and other things, and geopolitical stuff a lot, pretty much. And even she covered the BRICS nations a few times, as well as Ashley. And and I say shout outs to these women because the women are doing their thing too. And sometimes it's overly dominated by men in the crypto, well, excuse me, not cryptocurrency, but in the YouTube space, and in on these levels of this type of awareness, and shout outs to them. Okay. So anyway, let me get to where I'm saying and what I want you to hear. Hold on for a second. Let's interact and let you get it.
Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. In this video, I want to share with you a quick update on CBDCs, central bank digital currencies. It has been a while since I posted an update, so here's the latest. By the way, you will find the resources used to create this video in the description below. So far, 11 countries launched a CBDC, while over 100 countries around the world are at various stages of piloting or development. From a global perspective, at the moment, 77 countries are researching CBDCs, which of course researching means developing, and 40 countries have already piloted their versions of digital currencies issued by their central banks. Among the countries that already piloted their central bank digital currencies for retail use are China, India, and the UAE. They are on more advanced stages of the process. In India, for example, there are already close to 40,000 users and 5,000 merchant users. So it doesn't sound like many, but for a pilot program, it is a significant number of people who are involved. It would be fair to say that China is the champion of the new blockchain currency. According to the Atlantic Council, the Chinese digital renminbi is now worth about 14 billion. In United States dollars, when converted, that's about $2 billion, so quite a bit. There are 260 million digital wallets in China, and it's currently used in 25 cities across the country. Now, what companies are...
Okay, so we'll leave it at that. Appreciate you guys listening. But just to expound on that, a lot of things are going on, and CBDC is clearly continually moving forward with its processes and their launches and everything going forth in the world. So on that note, we should know that this is not something that's just a come and bypasser, come and go, and it just pass or go, and everything is done with this type of industry. Done like I've heard, and I was listening into that space, the clubhouse space that I was in, and it was a guy in there, and he was talking about Bitcoin. He was talking about how cryptocurrency is a pass or go or type of thing, like it's just a phase. No, this is what we're connecting with now. CBDCs is not cryptocurrency nor digital assets, right? But we know that the integration of their systems are going to be able to allow this interoperability of cryptocurrencies, digital assets, or digital currencies to be able to function and maneuver and transact on these networks for finance. Okay, but the central bank is going to be centralizing it. So whether you want to or not accept it, it's going to be. It's coming. And whether America's going to take heed to it, which we're like, you know, last on the totem pole, because we're not really pushing for getting things done and regulated and regulatory clarity here. You know, it's a lot of slow mowing. I feel purposely my position, or part of the plan again, like I say, but it's going to be seen and remains to be seen. Until then, we just stay with what we do and keep it moving, people. You know, stay on top of it. Keep your mind open and your eyes open. That's all I'm going to say. Till next time, thank you for listening. Peace and blessings. Keep up the lessons. This is Crypto B-Boy coming at you. Till next time, don't forget to subscribe and everything to my videos. Click the like button when you go out, and comment in the comment space on anything you want to mention, or you want to have a question to go toward me, or you even want to make a pretty much criticism. That's up to you. So I appreciate it. All right, thanks. Till next time, peace. I'm out.